Let's continue. What the hell? Okay. So this fails. 0. This is 0. So the addition fails. 0, which is a constant, plus a symbol, is obviously that symbol. Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. It's simply a plus. Grab sources operator plus. In the current directory. That is therefore one of these two. Yeah, not this one, because that one adds two constants, and we have a constant and a symbol, so it must be this one. And that's the only one that it can be. This is easy to verify by adding a static assert here. Okay. Now let's see. So this was 0 and this is a symbol, which means that neither is a sum. Actually, I should replace this whole thing with sum underscore t or add underscore t. But I want to know why it's failing anyway. Neither is a sum, so we do get a error, probably. Yep. Is less. A constant should be less than a symbol, so we should get here. Yep. If is constant 0 E1, return E2, of course. I don't know, must have typed that wrong. That should fix it. Now I might have copied this error into add type. Add type 4 to non-sums. Yeah, neither is a sum. And if it is less, yes. If it is a 0 E1, then yep, I copied it. So this must be it. And that fixed it. Now it prints D, so now I can go to the full test again, testsuite, meaning deleting all the partial tests again. Or maybe you should start with just deleting this one, otherwise I keep adding it. That works, and we still have a failure. Okay, so this one is, it's always the big one, right, isn't it? I have only one big one, so I have the feeling my test suite isn't very complete. this is not the correct answer, apparently. There is a problem, but it is A times C. Oh, that's the reason. Yeah, I swapped X and the A till H or whatever and the X till Z. So now they order in a different way. So maybe this one is still correct. I just have to move a few stuff, a few things. Yeah. So this one is first now. And that is minus 3/2 AC. And then now A is less than X, so this becomes A and X. And B is less than X, so this becomes BX. And CX. AY. BY. CY. AB, BC, and BC, okay, and then we get 2, I have a 2B, sorry, a 2AY, 2AY plus 2AY, and then we get AB squared plus AB squared. Move that here. And then we get 3BC. I have the feeling this is going to be completely correct. 3BC, remove that. And then we get minus 4BY. This part. Okay, so it was correct. And it already compiles. And everything works again. Now I'm going to replace the operator. Operator minus with, not this one, wait a minute. Not operator minus, operator plus. With almost surprising. It still works. Okay. Shall I define and subtract? It isn't exactly this, but well, why not, you know? Why is this defined here? I think you can move it up. Mm. I don't know. I would like to try if I can't get it to work without the add kind. Which is a big change, but well, you can stare at it or you can just try it. So I'm gonna remove the add kind. And the problem is then that this is not a specialization. I mean, if I make a specialization, I can't use expression and expression. Therefore, then this one must be defined as the most general one, which is say twice not a sum. I'm not sure. I'll just continue with removing stuff. This is of course still a specialization anyway. And then I have stuff defined in sum. And this would be the most general one, where just we have two expressions, which are not sums, but well. I can't do the requires anymore, however. So this one then drops out, that drops out, and then I must be able to do this in the header file, which is at the moment that sum isn't defined yet, but it shouldn't be a problem. Because you can forward declare it. This is just simple. So let's try that. I'm going to delete this whole thing. So on add type, using add type, what the f is this? Oh, it's this one. Really? Oh yeah, I have a specialization on that one. But that then also is removed, right? So we don't have a kind anymore. So the whole kind goes away. Oops. Ow. I mean, undo. No kind. And then move all of this to this file here. And then it seems unlikely I want to have this, because yeah, that's going to be this one now. So this one drops out, and this is then moved to below that thing. And here I'm having, don't have this anymore. And then the problem is that on the conditional type, oh, I need to is less as well. That might be a problem. And the add equals at the bottom. Okay, probably not going to work, but keep trying. Just make the changes. So I need that. And is less. Maybe you can just forward declare everything. Why not? That was the whole point, wasn't it? Let's begin with forward declaring the sum. Forward declare is less. Yeah, why not? Less v is that. I might be able to. That's all shit here. Wait a minute. How many things do I need for the less is constant? Do I have that one? Symbol might work. Yeah, for declare symbol. What is this? ID expression is constant is product. And is symbol. Yeah, that's a bit much. That's definitely too much. Or I could make a header which just, you know, defines all those is blah blah blahs with or based on for declarations. That is possible. That would be nice. Should have tested that first. No, I already made a lot of changes. I think I'm going to have a look at. Did I just change? I deleted something, I think. No. Or not. Quit. Now might as well just restore everything. Forget it. Let's try something else first. There's a file I never added. What is conditional type thing? Yeah. Let's begin with that one actually. I will make template 2. It's not really the best name. Only being used here. Looks like a conditional type, but then a special one. Why not catch them in one? Could make it a make conditional type. Should work. Make conditional type. It's a bit vague, but well. What I had was, yeah, one angle bracket. Now I still have one angle bracket, so that should be enough. It's this more readable than what I had. Could call it a nested conditional type. It's a conditional type inside this conditional type. I want to rename that one too, actually. How many make templates do I have? Here, there's one. Let's call it just delay or something. Delay. Nah, I don't know. It equals E1, E2. What is a good name here? Don't like the make. I don't know. Actually, I don't understand this. It's make template. T. What? Expect that this to be without a T. You make template is something that has a type. Oh, as yet another type. Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna make a delayed template, and then we can make this one delayed conditional type. And then let's edit add.h and rename. No. Let's edit conditional type and replace the make with delayed. And this one is on delayed conditional type, so the thing at the bottom. Type T. It's kind of weird, man. It should not be an underscore T, right? No. Well, then we're not really using templates. I'm using, so I don't have a template. Oops, template. Just a boolean. It is a conditional type. where the template then is, I guess, conditional type. G. Condition args. I don't like abbreviations. Condition. Well, can't be right, can it? It's just not right. Args here are missing a template clause, I think. Delayed conditional type. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, just looking at it, it should be an underscore T. I'm confused. Why do I keep editing that file? Yeah, it's probably a big mess. definitely messed up. Completely messed up. Compile time differentiation is having the compiler do the differentiation during compile time. Man, incredibly. Let me think. Shit. Oh, let's go back to original. Oh, I don't have the original anymore. Oops. Gotta be kidding me. I still forgot. Oh, I forgot to add this one. And then I changed it. Unbelievable. That is a pretty unreadable error. Okay, so we change this back. diff. I just removed the conditional type. It's the first parameter of the make template 2. This was a just a rename. That worked. Maybe we should commit that first. So let's add this one back. If we just not pass conditional type T here, and I fill that in, why would that not work? Absolutely no idea. What about using this here? Okay. Pretty sure that template is exactly this. Condition is a boolean, type name is like, yeah, come on. Possible that this wouldn't work. And then since we're not using this first template argument anymore, I might as well remove it, isn't it? So the first template argument is this template thing. Let me just remove it. And don't pass it. The rest is the same. There's no way in hell that this doesn't work. So now I'm passing that, but now I'm no longer passing it. How can this not work? Just remove the first template argument, which I'm not using. Wasn't using anyway. Oh, and now it works. Jesus, really? Okay. I don't know why, but finally we're getting somewhere. Yeah, okay. And then I rename make template 2 to delayed conditional type T. Yeah, now the underscore T is very dubious, I think, because what is returned here needs to have a type defined. So it must be return a struct with a type, and then that type is actually one of these things. This or this, assuming that that's not true. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I guess. Make work, compile. Okay, that's slightly better. And then I said I was trying something, but then I ran into something and I thought, oh, I should have done that first. What was that? Yeah, I remember. I was going to try to make a header. Let's first commit this again. Get status, get diff. Just a kind of a rename thingy. So I was going to make a header which contains all the is something, except the is constant. Already have is constant. All these things, yeah. However, not much reason to make a separate header for every how shall I call these things? There are expressions, maybe a symbol, some objects, classes, expression classes. Basically, there are expressions. You could add it to expression maybe, but that's a header that is included even before is constant. That's not a good idea. Who is including is constant? I guess constant.h. Yeah. Yeah, just constant.h. So who is including constant then? Power and product. See, that already uses his symbol. His symbol is power. So maybe the question is, can I create a header that I can include in power.h, which already defines those things? Maybe it's a traits or something. Is traits? No, I don't know. I don't know how to call this. Include. There are type traits, expression traits. Just what is in the name. Expression traits. .h. Very random name. And then the idea is that it's a header pragma once namespace symbolic. Now I want to have a for declaration for everything. Constant must just be included, although it's probably already included by the time I make this. And assume, very dirty, assume that a constant has already been included, or shall I not do that? No, let's just include constant. Although I'm 100% sure it's already included. Ugh. And I want to make a for declaration for, well, symbol then. And power, of course, and products, and some. What other things do I have? I don't think any. Well, actually, I do have exponentiation, but maybe I'll leave it at ease. Symbol. It's just only one file to edit. Control T, therefore P on for declaration of symbol. Power. Oh, that uses constant type, but okay, we have that. It's going to be problematic, I think, but. The hell? Power. For declaration of power. Now constant is including expression.h, so I already have this concept. And of course constant type is defined by constant.h. So far so good. Now the product is just expressions. Okay, easy. For declaration. The sum, also just expressions. Yeah, it used to be more complex, but I think I already was forced to actually remove that to the simply expressions now. Good. And then the question is, can I define based on this all the is symbol, for example? So we start at the top again. So I want to know is symbol. can I define that? And is power is product and is sum. Yep. They are defined here. This is in symbol.h, of course. Did include it in power. That doesn't make much sense. I should include it in symbol then. Also, because I need this. Symbol type uses is symbol. Do you use this really? Yeah, I'm just going to move this. Let's try moving a symbol to that other file using for declarations. Might just work. Same for is power. And is product. And is sum. And I guess in the end I just need to include it in symbol.h already. Nope. Expression traits cannot use symbol type. But okay, that's not that much of a problem. Do we have another type here? What about a type? Symbol type, constant type. Nope. Just symbol type once. Okay. So I'm gonna make that simply an expression, I think. And then add requires here, whatever. Doesn't even matter that much because oh, what the fuck, I'm just choosing it, doing it like this. Int ID. How is that a symbol for you? Symbol int. No more base here, it's just a bloody symbol. Power must be a symbol anyway. I think it has the same effect. Good. Everything still works. Work in progress. So yeah, then, well, that works. I might be able to move the less than stuff to its own file. I'm not sure what it was doing. What was I doing? That's highly annoying. I was doing something. Cannot remember it. It's really bad. So I feel like watching my own stream back now, just to see what I was doing. Very annoying that I can't remember it. Good, I might as well move these to the traits as well, if that is possible. It looks possible so far. Okay, so I have a if is less defined in a sum only. I'm going to move that to the traits, expression traits, from sum. And it ain't completely impossible, but that is going to work. Yeah, and have again a symbol type sneaking in here. Penalty only here and only symbol type. Could move the concept here. I'm not even sure that's possible, but why not, you know? On the other hand, it's the same kind of construct. Using a concept for symbol because it's the first argument of power. So I could do the same trick as I did before. Every power, just make it an actual symbol. And replace these things with an int. ID1, int ID2, and then E1 as and E2 have become symbols. Right. Exactly like this one. Let's do everything. This one as well. That one. And that one. And this one is constant. What? Yeah, are you kidding me? This is, yeah, exactly. That was not a symbol. This is just an expression. Good track. It's the S here. S, 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 but yeah, that's S. As kind of belongs to, what is it? Nobody knows. Three, just ID. Just call it ID. I don't know. Symbol ID. Symbol ID. No. Must be a symbol type left, because I'm pretty sure I had powers of, yeah, here's one, E2. Already changed that one in ID. Okay. Look at power. So this one must become all the E2s. Yeah, okay. So I changed that one in ID2. I don't have another int ID2 then, do I? The rest was just ID1 only. Int ID2. No, it's only here. E2. E2 becomes symbol ID2. Everything still works. Sometimes when you don't make mistakes for a long time, so you make a change, compile, works, and so on and so on, I always start to think, am I editing the right files? You know? Am I even editing something that is compiled, that is recompiled? So if that takes a long time, then I usually make a deliberate error just to see that I can get a compiler. So I moved to less, and actually I wanted to rename it. So let's go back here. So I have a is less, a lot of is lesses, but all these is lesses have to do with sums. So it's an ordering for a sum. So maybe I want to rename it, I think, to is less sum, something like that. I don't know. No. So substitute is less with is less. I'm gonna use an uppercase sum for the class. So that it's still is less that is being used for some. But of course we have others is lesses. Maybe not this one, but definitely underscore v ones. What? Blink blink. Okay, that's impossible. That's impossible. Oh, there it is less v in sum.h. So why did I not find that one then? What did I do? Grab sources is less v's. Oh, started. Okay, never mind. Loads and loads and loads are there. Yep. These also have to be renamed, so it's in sum.h and in the testsuite itself. And that's it. And all of them are less v. There should be. Let me check that anyway. Again, where's... Yep. That should be pretty safe to just replace like this. Actually, underscore v. Eight substitutions, and here we have a lot more. 29. Yep, and then I have an is less product. No, it's product less, is it called? So that should be renamed as well then. Invert product. Invert and product. That's all. Yep, and then we have here product lesses, so we can move those to the traits as well, I suppose. Yeah, why not? I mean, it should be. What is? Why is it in here anyway? So for declaration of is less product. Which is used here. So the for declaration should no longer be needed because I'm going to put it in a header. And then here I guess I'll just leave it. And I'm going to move that struct into the traits vi product.h dot to expression traits. Is less products. That's all. But did not work. No, invert doesn't have this one. Oh, because I'm not including the correct header. Invert.h. Okay, so we have 4 declarations for these things. They are no longer necessary then. And then I'm going to include expression traits. H. Power tab has not been declared. Okay. So I just make that symbol or power. Yeah, that cannot use the track. Or I can split it up into 2 of them. Problem might be that, I mean, the thing that needs to have an SID anyway. There's not that many that have that. Power has it, and symbol has it, and that's it. So it would barf anyway on the fact that I tried to access an SID here. Might well just use expression. But if we don't want to keep the same idea, then it would have to say like E2 must be a symbol or power. And I'm afraid that if that is not the case, then you will not get a Boolean short circuit here. But the reason for that is probably because I never called this thing with a non-symbol or a non-power anyway. So this always existed. In other words, it doesn't make any sense to add requires there. But yeah, on the other hand, yeah, it's a product. Yes, product. Yeah, wait a minute. I don't know. It feels like I should duplicate it. Interesting question. What would happen if you try to... I'm going to duplicate it. So either it's a symbol or a power. Well, let's begin with the symbol, ID. Then this is just ID. ID2, I mean. And then this is symbol as well. In other words, one symbol is less than another symbol if the ID is less. And then this one, I give also an ID. And an exponent. Constant type. Exponent. And this can't go wrong anymore because that's just ID2. And then now this one is a power. A power of a symbol. Symbol of ID2. With the exponent. Oh. What is that? Power is just not existing. After including expression traits of age. Oh, constant includes invert age. Yeah. So that is no longer acceptable. None of these are acceptable, actually. get the same shit here. Product. Okay. Word.h. That work. Delete. No, not delete. It starts with a D. It is div, and I say delete. Okay. And that was removed, moved, and deleted. This was deleted. Was moved. Everything was moved. Renamed and too much on to look at. It just works. More renaming. It's unbelievable that this refactoring can take days and days. It's really, what if? So much. Okay. Declaration type. There's a few left, but this one should be there. This one should be gone, but I didn't work on exponentiation yet. I have two of those. Yeah, probably. This is multiply. That's the only one that's not really happy. Well, doesn't make me happy anyway. The struct multiply is shit. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, not good. Loads and loads of work ahead of it. It's kind of like the ad. add.h and compare that with multiply.h. Oh, that was a working on. Yeah. Now I remember. I wanted to get rid of this shit. I thought that was possible. Now I remember. Git status. So I did a commit just a second ago. Let's work on this one. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was removing this, and then maybe it still won't work, but we just begin again. No more kind. I don't know about that one, but this has to go. Zup, top, top, top. Now I changed add. Because the question is if I can move all the add here actually as well. Yeah, I wanted to move all of this to add.h. So I don't have a kind anymore. And this should definitely be possible to move. Even more logical place, or the more usually I just put it directly after the first struct, and then the specializations. These are specializations, but they still use stuff like add equals. So I have to forward declare that as well. It's already like that. So maybe I can move this one. I want to move all of it. And the problem is that if I remove this, then I have to probably make it just one thing again. Okay, let's just start removing everything. And then remove this. Which means that I have to remove this. But that means we have to add back an conditional type that tests this. And then this one must be delayed. Boo-boo. So then the semicolon must be a comma. And now I closed this delayed condition type. not that one yet, but it doesn't matter because next we do else if condition type. Yeah, I hope it works. And then the next one, which is this test, comma, and then we get this thing here. I think, yes, except now that this must be, if I use it like that here, which is what okay, yeah, well, okay, or not. No, can't do that, can't definitely not do that. So this one now also must be very likely a delayed condition type. Delayed conditional type T. But that then means that the stuff inside of it must be well, it wasn't before, so I guess I can just still use type identity here, which then probably must be closed here. That should work. Or does it? Oh, there's another one here. Dude, this one must become, yeah, the same thing, just a type identity again. And then it must be closed here. And a comma. And then we get the next one, which is, don't you love it if you make a mistake here, that you'll never find out what was wrong. So now here I get probably the same thing as here. No. What? What is the conditional type doing here? Oh, yeah. No? No. Impossible. These things are, the first one it can be in conditional type, the rest must be delayed because it's all wrapped inside this one way or another. I don't know. I think it must be delayed. Delayed. And then that can be repeated. And then this requires comma. And then opening if yes, and then we get this one. One equal, okay. So just that one, okay. However, now it's inside a delayed conditional type, which means that this one must become a delayed conditional type. Which then means that this must be wrapped in a type identity. And that one as well. No. No. No, these must be make template or delayed. What was it? Delayed template? Yeah. Delayed template. That's what they have to be. Comma that. The same thing here. Poor compiler. And then I have, and then I forgot to make this one a delayed conditional thing as well. Delayed conditional type. Delayed everything. Everything must be delayed, right? Let's make this a delayed template. And then I completely lost track of how many closing things I need here. Probably one more or something. I have no clue. Probably. Let's just do what is most likely, namely that. And then we get here closes. And then the final thing is still an else if. It's impossible, of course. There's only one thing left. Might as well do an else. That's also not true, is it? It's just not true. I have to do an else if anyway. Strange, but true. Yeah, and then this. And then again, everything must be delayed. Yeah, no, I don't know. Probably I made a few mistakes. This one closes that one, yes. And the next one closes this one. And the next one then closes this one. And then we need one more, one more for this one. There's 1, 2, 3 more, I think. Yes, is the rest correct? For example, here I have 3. This one closes that one, and the next one closes this one, and the third closes this one. Which I just closed here as well. That can't be right. I just have to close 2 then. Just 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. There's 1 too many here. And here we have also 3. 1. 2, I guess. Also 2. This one. Yeah, this one is weird. So that should only be 1 then. Yeah, no, 2. I need 1 for the type identity. This is also a type identity. So I need 2 for this one. And 1 for that one. So it's in total 3. That's correct. Yeah, I had been gambling, but this should have been 2. And here we have again 2 type identity conditional. Well, this one closes that, and this one and that one. So that's 2. I think it works. Now we have 1 for that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that in 2 steps then. 4. So this is just the current type from here. And then those 2 are for the else, the if and the else if. And then the next 4 are for the outer else ifs. And let's see if it looks logical. I have a delayed template, delayed template, delayed template. And if has a delayed conditional type. This is if has a delayed conditional type. Everything is an if delayed conditional type, or a delayed template if there's not an if in front of it. So it's very symmetrical, the code. Looks so good to me. Yep. Here is no delayed template, but that's because it's inside a standard conditional type. And then I wrap a standard type identity around that, so I can put it again inside a delayed thingy. Here's another one like that. And both are inside this delayed conditional type. which is again inside the delete, and the delete template. And here again, type identity conditional type without delay, which is inside the delete. And here again, type identity within. Okay. Now, yeah, well, it's hardly got any better, but did get rid of the kind, the sum kind, and moved it to add.h. So if it works, that would be nice. Delete template was not defined in this scope. Well, it's green. Conditional type. Is that not included here? Guess it's not included in that header. Wrong number templates, 2 should be 3. So we have made a mistake with the angle brackets. Yeah, I wish VI would show me matching angle brackets. That seems to work. Well, I don't know if it's going to help much, but if I put it on that one, that belongs to the last one. Is one too many here then? That's weird. No, it's not. Everything looks okay to me. So what was the problem then? Wrong number of template arguments. For this one, I suppose. Okay, let's have a good look at that line again. Oh, that one. Okay, got the whole way then. So that means 3 arguments. Is less sum is the first argument. Then we get the second argument, which is this one. As far as I can tell. And then the third argument is this one. What is wrong about that? Nothing. It's not wrong. Why is the compiler complaining about it? I don't see it. I don't see it. Three delayed conditional type. I think it's complaining about 2 instead of 3 because the third is invalid. What the F? Yeah, so the whole error is wrong. Jesus. The real error is that it is invalid. Okay. Could you tell me why? Why is this invalid? Yeah, I think I know why. Despite the delay here, it's still evaluating the arguments of this template. In other words, this one. The whole shebang. And that's not possible because these things probably don't exist for random types. So everything has to be a delay template. Yeah, this is just an incredible shortcoming of C++, if you ask me. This is not normal code anymore. Nobody's happy about this. Yeah, I think I will go back to what I had. This is not only not working, it's just probably never going to work, and it's an incredible mess. That's what I mean. It's a really big mess. It's no improvement whatsoever. I think I see how to do it. think I see how to do it. Oh, hello. Yeah, so I moved it, git commit. And now I still want to get rid of that this enum. That's really ugly. And I think the trick is, the problem with removing it is that then we're no longer having specializations of add, of the struct add. This is what specializes at the moment. For the rest, it's just template expression, and again template expression. So it's more or less a duplicate. That requires a different, doesn't matter. Which is a flaw in C++, yes, definitely. But apparently requires was added as an afterthought without fixing that. Without taking specializations into account, in my opinion. I would have done that differently. The point being, I still want to get rid of this enum. Okay, so let's do that. Remove the enum. Boom, 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 boom. Which means this, we don't do that, and this is a specialization already, so I don't need the enum. It's a specialization because I use cons here. Constant twice. Okay, so add now just have as expression. Add T is just an abbreviation for that. This is the first specialization. Add equals is, I don't know, forward declared, because apparently we use it. Apparently, use it here. And now I don't have this anymore, and the requires drops out because it has to drop out, which makes this actually the real default add without specialization, right? So it should only be 4 declared here because I'm using it there. First specialization. Do I need this one? Doubt that. No, of course not. I can just move this one up, I think. Let's move the whole thing up. So let's not do this, but use this as the default. The non-specialized add. Which then won't compile if, well, actually it would always compile. But this then, which is not a specialization anymore if I remove that kind, can be made a specialization, and that's where I went wrong, simply by filling in that this has to be a sum. Very simple. With the arguments that it requires. So a sum has 2 expressions, so we make it a sum with expression 2 and 3. And that drops out, and here we get the need for 3 template parameters. That doesn't really matter. I mean, whatever you need. The thing is that this is more specialized than just an expression. So that should work. This is a specialization. And I can do that again here. For the other one, E1 being a sum. So rather make this 3. And then this is a sum. 2 expressions, not a sum. And then the last one is a specialization where both are a sum, which is even more specialized, of course. The add of the sum comma sum. I have good hope that this is accepted as just 4 different specializations. 3. Well, the 4th is default now. Cross fingers. Keep fingers crossed. It's hard to type, but add is not a class template. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just defining it here. It's not a specialization anymore. Okay, it seems we got past the header, so that gives a very, very good feeling. And here I'm just calling constant, so that would be a specific specialization already. And then this one, add equals. Yeah, That was a trick to get this dummy sim, but it might no longer be needed because I don't know. Let's just hope that it is not needed. Right. Of course, it might as well use RT now because the whole thing comes from a header anyway. Cleanup crew. We're doing here add t over negate of arg1, comma that. Yeah, so like that. Uh-oh. Strict add sum, comma, oops, add the sum with a symbol required by, required from here, no type name, oh, what the fuck. Not all is lost, however. No, nothing's lost at all. Oh, I just forgot to now replace archetype with E1. I mean, this is the argument 1 of the sum. This used to be E1, I guess. This used to be E2. So I kind of fucked up. Let's just look at the diff, what I really did there. I think it's going to work, and then I go to bed. Yippee. It is going to work, I feel it. I just have to find out what I messed up, where I moved it first, I committed it, so I should see the diff. Definitely should see the diff. What am I looking for? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for, I think. It's not very clear, is it? Oh, Jim, I changed the indentation. Great, great. Yeah, the only thing I need to know is the move from here to here. To E2 is the sum, and E2 became E2, E3. So let's do this one first. To E2 is the sum. And this is, of course, sum.h. No, add.h. E2 is the sum. To E2, arg1 is now E2. And E2 is the sum. And then this E2 must be, what? I said E2 is the sum. So the sum of the sum. Yeah, it is. And here I have arg1, so that it becomes E2. And here we have arg1, so that becomes E2. And here we have arc2, which is now E3. And here we have arc1, which is E2. And arc2, which is E3. Can even check if it looks logical. We're trying to add E1 to a sum. So if E1 is less than E2, then if these constants, so E1 is 0, then it's just the sum of E2 and E3. Otherwise, it's the sum of E1 plus the sum of E2 and E3. And if this is yeah, if E2 is less than E1, then E2 must become first. So I just do E2 and then add E1 and E3. And otherwise, E1 and E2 are equal. And then we add E3 because that's always larger than E2. Well, the test suite works. It looks good enough. So I guess this is the next one. I suppose so. Yes. Yes, totally. Of course. Oh, this looks like what I just added. So this is the next one, and then E1 is a sum, and E2 become E3 or whatever. Yeah. E1. So E1 is the sum, and argument 1 of the sum is now E1. So this is E1. And E2 is now E3. Let's do all these actually. E1 was that, and now it's just so argument 1 of E1 is E1 now. And this is E2 is now E3. And E1 argument 2 is now E2. And then we have here an E2, which is E3, just like I said before. This is E1. It does become simpler. E2 is E3, and E1 is then the sum now. And here we have E1 arc1 is E1. E2 is now E3. And this is now E2. Yo, now I might as well do the rest by logic, the rest being just this last one. Yeah, I guess E1 was this one, and well, E1 is the first sum, and E2 is the second sum. So E1 arc1 is now E1. And E2 arc1 is E3. And again, you have E1 arc1, that's all ones, so that must be E1. Add, that is then E2. And E2 is the sum of E3 and E4. And then we got it here, it is E2 argument 1, that's up this E3. Imagine not having a testsuite. That's E1 again. Zup, zup, zup. And this is E2 argument 1, that's E3. Zip. And E1 is a sum. D2 arc2 is E4. If only we had an AI that could do this. It's pretty straightforward stuff. Type name E2 arg1 E3 E1 arg2 is E2 E2 arg2 is E4. Yeah, does that look like it is saying? If E1 is less than E3, put it up front. Well, and in the end we add everything, and here we have E3 is less than E1, and E3 is up front, and we add the rest. Otherwise they are equal, E1 and E3, and we add the rest. Well, if it compiles and the test suite runs, and I totally believe this. Yeah, I think I was hoping for a compilation so I can go to bed. In substitution of template, skipping. Yeah, I was hoping you would start skipping. Quiet from. Where are we? More required from here. Invalid use of income. What the fuck? No, don't tell me. Yep. Yeah, well, it is true. Still a recursion. I really have to get rid of this recursion for equal. So while adding two symbols, which is, well, symbols, whatever, not sums, we do get here, and then we could call it equal if they are equal. Which happens if they are not less in either way, which means that it's the exact same symbol. For example, symbol 0 and symbol 0. And then add equals t is defined as Let's find add equals. Add equals is defined as this, which calls add again. Add t. But it should only do that for condition. It should only call this for constants. We are dealing with symbols. So we can fix this by making this a delayed conditional. No, not a delayed conditional. Wait a minute. So a conditional type. And then do here delayed template. So it's no longer evaluated unless there are constants. And solved. The problem is solved. Well, not entirely, because maybe I get into a problem with the product as well. But let's say, no, let's not say that. Let's just make everything delayed again. Delayed conditional type. Delayed conditional type. Yep. And then here we have a the constant. This just also always works, and let's make that in standard. What was it? Identity. Damn it! I can't forget. I can't remember it. If this was identity or not. Nope. Identity type, that's what it was. You're telling me I got rid of all of those? Identity. Thought it was identity type. Yeah, type identity. Yeah. Of course it was type identity. Type identity. Yes, at least it exists. The non-constant factor, that's already just a type. And the product, well, it's already just a type, but I have to wrap it. Everything is delayed. And then this one, yeah. The product is a product between a constant factor and a non-constant factor. But if the non-constant factor is a sum, then we might end up here again. So that's problematic. So let's try delay template. Looks like you can finally go to bed. Yep, everything works. Very good. Got rid of the add kind. Rid of add kind and moved stuff to add.h. Good. Which in turn then means that no, that was already done. I can go on and on and on and on, and I have to go on and on and on and on. I also have to sleep for some reason. I never understood the concept of having to sleep. Let's have one more look at sum. That should be now a pretty empty file. So we have a sum which is empty, apart from some statics and types. Nobody knows why we have a constructor. Oh, I have a constructor because of the static asserts in it, but it's nonsensical actually. I have to get rid of these as well. It's not necessarily that the sum is instantiated at all. It could be just this sum, this type, could be, does the template parameter inside another type. And if that other type is instantiated, then the sum is not instantiated. So, good. The static asserts will never fire. I want them to be fired if this whole template is evaluated. Sorry, the type is evaluated in the first place. And at which point we don't have a constructor anymore. Why would I have a constructor when I don't have any member variables? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, it would make instance fail. But yeah, it's not very likely that instance is called in comparison with the chance that the type is being used at all. So it's definitely wrong. The same expression, get constant factor. I don't want that here either. What does a get constant factor to do with sums? And the add equals, it's still a mess. Empty my ass. And then the operators. Okay, the operators are nice, except that the operator star should not be here at all. It's still a mess. That should be covered by the multiply already. Yeah, so these are multiplication operator overloads for sums. One sum or two sums, and then we do some stuff. But I would rather have that just done by multiply t. If you do a multiply t where e1 is a sum or e2 is a sum or both are a sum, it should already do this. No, it's still a miss. Unbelievable. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night. Thank you for